Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today was a pretty rocky day. It wasn't the best day, honestly, but it wasn't a terrible day either. I took three trades today, which is usually not normally what I would be doing. Um, but since I just couldn't catch the move from the bottom tick to the top tick, I was able to scalp a little bit. So I do want to go ahead and hop in the charts, show you guys what I took today, how much I made, and everything of that nature. You guys haven't already, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see y'all boys in the charts. All right, so going inside the charts here, I kind of just want to just hop straight into it. We made around $367 today on the combine. I do have 1K left before passing this challenge. I'm going to continue taking it slow, taking well leveraged trades, just kind of get a feel of this one. But I do plan on passing this one. This is definitely going to be passed for sure soon. And like I said, I did take three trades today, which is not normally what I would do. But I'm gonna run you guys through the exact process that I had going into today. So going into the market, right? We have market open 9:30. Immediately going into market open, I noticed we have a bearish SMT. Now, with it being an hour SMT and with us already invalidating this fair value gap that was right here, right? This bullish fair value gap, making this a 1 hour inverse. We were all the way down here, right, when market opened. So at this point, we already had swept sell side liquidity. So I'm thinking, okay, this move is most likely over. Like where I didn't know if we were gonna go any lower. I did have this sell side liquidity marked out as well as this one right here. Just because of how volatile and just the moves lately, they have been. I'm not gonna lie, they have been outrageous. So I wasn't surprised if we did come down and hit this. So going into the day, I did want to be bearish, right? I did want to find a continuation within this move, us creating SMT and validating this fair value gap. I wanted to see us go lower. That is not what market gave me. I did realize too, we have this imbalance right here, this bullish imbalance that's been respected the past couple of days. This has been heavily tapped into and used over and over again. So I kept this in mind a lot. I wasn't gonna just, in order to see a potential trade, a potential short, I had to invalidate this fair value gap, which we did not do. I couldn't keep getting fried by this imbalance right here, this inefficiency. I didn't want to get fried. I didn't want to keep getting fried. As we see, we use this the past couple of days, right? So we had swept this sell side low, right? And at this point, I'm like, okay, right? I'm just gonna simply be an observer and react based on what market's giving me. I'm not gonna try to predict. I'm just gonna go simply react to what market's giving me. So we're inside this imbalance right here. So I immediately seen bullish order flow. Market open, I immediately seen bullish order flow. I did end up taking a loss, right? My loss was, I believe, where was my loss? I think my loss was down right here. I think I seen like it was like off of like a tap in within here and then shorting down here. That was my first, but I did realize that I entered too prematurely. We've used this too many times, and I'm like, okay, that was just a forced entry. I was down 200. I usually would get off the charts by then, but then I was just like, I'm entering too prematurely. I don't want to hop off the charts at this early off of a little mistake like that. I'm just gonna low leverage this next position if I possibly can catch one. So I had shorted down here, took a loss, got fried. I'm like, okay, let me stop entering so quick. Let me have a little bit more patience, be patient, let the price actually develop before taking a trade. All right, so I immediately seen bullish order flow. I seen bullish order flow. We're in an inefficiency. We're most likely to manipulate when we're in an inefficiency, right? And that's what I said in the previous video. That's how my model works. I'm looking for manipulation inside of a high time frame inefficiency, right? Which we have. And then I don't know. I'm not sure if this was the SMT. I can't quite remember. I don't have ES pulled up, but I'm pretty sure this was. I do count equal lows as a SMT. So this possibly. I forget. I forget if this was possibly SMT or not. But we did have this manipulation right here, right? Taking out this internal low right here. Right, and then we immediately seen bullish order flow. So I'm scaling. I'm on the 1 minute. I wasn't too on any of these time frames too much. I was low key just down in the lower time frame today, just trying to find, just kind of just see what it was giving me. So I'm on the 5 minute. I actually was on the 5 minute, right? This was my internal sweep. Sorry, this is my internal sweep, 5 minute, and then immediately we get a change of state delivery on the 5 minute. That was all I needed to short up to this 30-minute low. This 30-minute low as well as a 30-minute imbalance, right, to the downside. So I'm like, okay, this is a price range where most likely we could reverse, right? So this is my first trade right here, which was pretty simple. right? Pretty self-explanatory. Internal sweep, created a fair value gap, tapped into it, change in state. I'm entering, stops below this bullish fair value gap, and then I have my take profit at this 30-minute high and also 30-minute inefficiency where price can most likely react off of. That was my first entry right here. That was my first entry, right? So I got back the loss for which I had took in the beginning of the trading day. And I'm still seeing bullish order flow. I didn't want to get off quite yet because I'm like, okay, we're still early in. I hit take profit at around 9:33, so I'm like, all right, I'm willing to take more trades. It's the beginning of the week still. I wasn't too pressured on hopping off. I was like, okay, let me see what else price could potentially give me. All right. I did notice that we did have this 4-hour inefficiency that we've respected within a good amount of time for the past couple days. We have respected this fair value gap. Right. With that being said, it's another 30-minute buy side liquidity that I did have mark out for a potential, right? We swept this low, sell side. We have buy side resting above. I'm like, okay, we could potentially continue to see a move. What happens? Scale down. And then at this point, I'm pretty sure this was a, why does this keep resetting me so far back? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a 1-minute imbalance. We didn't get a fill, but I'm just seeing bullish order flow. I bought up to this high. We ended up tapping into it, right? And that's another trade right here. This was kind of forced, just not having enough confluence, right? But just purely off of bullish order flow. We haven't seen any sell candles within this move, and I'm knowing, okay, we're most likely gonna want to reach up into this inefficiency, right? I'm seeing bullish order flow. I'm gonna scalp, right? So I ended up buying here, hit my TP here, right? That's for another like 150. Boom. I'm like, okay, I can low-key be off now. We created an SMT as well as being in a 1-minute inefficiency, inversing a fair value gap, change in state. That was an A+ right there. That's literally an A+ setup for me. I high risked. I risked around like 200, and then we made like 200 there. Now we're up 367, and I was targeting 30-minute highs. A 30-minute high right here. And that's exactly what we did. We continue to go up for the day, but this was all I need. I took a lot of low-hanging fruit today. I didn't have too big of an RR just with it being non-farm payroll today. So I'm just taking what market was giving me. We literally created an SMT while being in an inefficiency, while seeing bullish order flow, while inversing a 30-second inverse, while inversing a fair value gap and having rested buy side liquidity with the change in state. That's all I needed. All right, so this is pretty much what I took today. I want to say what I could have done better, honestly, like the do's and the don'ts, or not necessarily do's and don'ts, but I would say the pros and the cons of today, right? What I did wrong, right, and what I could have done better, and what I did good for the day. So I would say honestly, what I could have done better, what I'm going to start doing better is just being more patient within the markets, letting price really develop before looking for an entry. I feel that within the past couple of weeks, I've been trading too prematurely. I've been just entering too quickly. No, I'm going to now let price develop, let price form, and then take trades. I just need to be a bit more patient within that. So I think just being a little bit more patient. And then, I mean, everything else was pretty bread and butter. I didn't over leverage. I didn't over risk or nothing like that. So my risk management was pretty good. My emotions were fantastic. Everything else in that nature was fine. Just being a little bit more patient. I just have to work on that patient, let price develop before taking my entry, and then continue beaming like this. So if I were to have my head was really in the game, I would have been able to catch this entire move up here. But since it was non-farm payroll, that kind of gave me an excuse to kind of de-risk and go for more low-hanging fruit, just because I didn't know how price would move with non-farm payroll and Trump speaking at 4. So yeah, this was the trade I took today. We're up 367, not too much. We're at 51,978. I need 1,000 more to pass this combine. And that's pretty much it. Sorry if my talking isn't too good today. I've been exhausted recently. I've done a lot today. So that's why I'm not too amped up like I usually would be. But if you guys have any questions, be sure to let me know. Tap into my social medias. I'll have them in the bio. I need to stop saying also. Yeah, I'll have my social medias in the description if y'all do want to tap into that. I post a lot of stuff within trading on that platform. Make sure to definitely lock in. That's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna see y'all for the rest of the week. Love y'all boys, man.